Okay, we're back for another episode of Hammer versus Hummer, and with us today is Genesio Hammertime Pachoco. Anyways, today we're going to talk about the balance of power.
Okay.
Which you wanted to discuss. What can you tell us about the balance of power?
Jacqueline now has a balance of power.
Does he?
I believe so.
What happens if Andre Arthur, the libertarian independent, decides not to vote with the government?
Well, then we'll deal with it when we cross that bridge. But all purposes of the NDP hold the balance of power, and
well, I think you're saying the NDP hold the balance with an independent.
Yeah, and if I hear he's sick right now. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope he gets well. I hear he's in the hospital or something. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that he was not well, kind of thing. If he is not well, I hope he's feeling better, and I hope he gets a speedy recovery.
Okay.
But anyways, the balance of power. I think that the main goal is the environment, healthcare, reinstating Section 6 of the Canada Health Act, which the Liberals and the Conservatives and the Reform voted to remove. And that was basically to privatize like home care and stuff like that. And the NDP in 2002 brought the motion back in to get it reinstated, and the Liberals and Conservatives voted down again. So that's the first priority. Then,
now, is it true that last year Jack Layton used private health care?
No, that thing was in the 70s. Bill Davis fitted that Shoaldice Hospital into the Medicare. So since 1973, regardless.
But I thought it was still privately delivered.
No, because in 1973, Bill Davis put it into the Ontario Health Act in Ontario, so anybody could go in there. All you need is your health card, and that's what he did. It's still a private thing, but it's paid 100% through the health.
So Jack, in other words, he made use of a private hospital.
A red herring. Not talking about their record, because their record is.
But anyways, back to the balance of power.
But anyways, back to the balance of power. The NDP got to work on number one, environment. Two, and health and environment go hand in hand. Strengthen health care. Put home care back into the public hands. Three, seniors. Seniors should be getting a raise. Their old age pension supplement, because we're swimming in surpluses. That should be increased. Tuition should be reduced, and work towards a universal from kindergarten to university. It's covered through the tax system, because that's an investment in people, and that's pays back maybe 6-7 times more when these people graduate and they go back into our economy working, and the money will be paid back probably tenfold what they pay out. They'll get back, because they're getting the education, and it helps productivity, and also it lifts people out of poverty. So those are the three major things, and basically that's the three I think that are important to people in the sense of their everyday living, because sometimes.
Now, why is it that
hospital kind of thing, but
the NDP, the Liberals, and the Greens have all come out of major conventions, and the Bloc, I mean, let's be blunt here, the Bloc was one of the first parties to jump on environmental concerns. But why is it that the Greens were on this issue, the Liberals got on this issue through Dionne's campaign, Stéphane Dionne's campaign, but why is and the Bloc's always been on this issue, but why is the NDP now just playing catch-up?
No, I don't agree with your assertion there. The NDP being on the Green for a long period of time, and Mr. Dionne, he was in 3 majority governments, and under 3 majority governments.
No, but I'm talking the last.
Let me answer your question, please. The greenhouse went up 31% under the Liberals, so Mr. Dionne has no credibility at all. because he had his opportunity. He was in a majority government. He did not do nothing, and that's a typical Liberal. And
Well, what did Jack
are continuing the Liberal?
What did Jack do as part of the NDP Liberal coalition?
No, the NDP.
Did Jack do anything as part of the Liberal NDP?
The last Parliament brought in the NDP budget, which had money for the environment, like transit, for pollution, education. So they took $6.4 billion corporate tax and they put it back into the environment. So Jack walked the talk and talked the walk.
But if you look at the last, if you look at the last,
to do was the right thing, and the Conservatives have no credibility on the environment at all.
Well, if they have no credibility, why does the NDP want to work with them?
Because
why not just pull the plug?
We're in reality, we're in a minority government, and people want the Parliament to work, so Jack is there to get things done for people. And if the Conservatives don't want to get things done because they want to stall for their corporate cause, people can tell, and they can see the NDP is working hard to get things done for people, to make their lives better and their environment better. And the Tories and the Liberals want to play political games.
No, wait a second. Why is Jack working? I mean,
he's not working. He's working for the people.
With Dion there and with the Bloc there, why doesn't he work with the Liberals and the Bloc on this? Why?
With this committee, anybody can put input into that committee work. Jack says, "Go on, you got good ideas, put it in the bill." So far the Liberals have been quiet about it. And Jack asked the other day, he was on Channel 7, the thing with Steve Peggen, and he said, "Where's the Liberals? They haven't come."
Well, here's another thing. I mean, why is it that, I mean, I'm reading these NDP news releases, and it seems that 4 out of 5 times they're attacking the Liberals.
Because the Conservatives and Liberals are the same. When you attack the Liberals...
But the Liberals aren't in power anymore.
Because in 3 majority governments,
I mean, are they...
Jean Chrétien and Paul Martin were more right than Preston Manning could ever be. So when Preston Manning was in opposition, says, geez, these guys are more right-wing than I am. So we got 3 right-wing governments. We got the Conservatives, then the Reform, then you had the Liberals.
Is the NDP
then you have the Greens that are right-wing also, so you have 3 right-wing parties. The only alternative in the next federal election provincial is the NDP, because their record speaks for themselves and a rich history.
I guess what I'm asking is, but the Liberals aren't in government. Are the NDP the opposition to the Liberals or to the Conservatives?
No, the NDP right now, they're in a minority position. They're in the balance of power right now, and they want to enact stuff that are good for the working class people, bread and butter issues, and if that enhances and it's forward moving.
Now I noticed,
then that's where it should be.
I noticed that Tony came out, you know, in the NDP, and him and Charlie saying that the Liberals were bad for Northern Ontario, and I noticed that they singled out 2 MPs in particular, which was Ray Bonnet and Joe Camuzzi.
That I don't know the particulars, so like I said, the best thing for you to do is to ask those guys, because I don't know all the...
No, I'm just curious, why would Tony and Charlie Angus single out...
on it because I don't know the full...
You know, those 2 over any other MPs.
But I don't know the context what you're talking about. But
saying that they were bad for Northern Ontario.
To talk to Tony and get the particulars, because that's a question...
No, I mean, you're the NDP...
No, but I'm not God. I don't know all things, but thanks for the compliment. But ask Tony and find out.
No, I just...
What he meant by it, so
yeah.
I can't comment, because...
I just find it strange that Tony, who claims to be a good Catholic, and Charlie Angus as well, would single out the 2 Liberal MPs from Northern Ontario, Joe Camuzzi, who resigned from cabinet, and Ray Bonnet, who voted against same-sex marriage. Is this about representing Northern Ontario, or is this about other issues?
You have to speak to those gentlemen, because I don't know the full context of what you're saying. There could be more to the context, and I don't know.
Well, it was on Sue Today.
I never got a chance to read it. If I missed it, I apologize. But your best thing to do is talk to Tony directly and get a straight answer from him, because I don't know the full context or background of what you're asking.